Welcome to Synaptic's webinar on business intelligence and ERP systems. Next. My name is Debbie Zelton, and I'm the Director of Application Development and Business Intelligence at Synaptic. Synaptic is a global systems integrator and managed IT service provider. We offer comprehensive IT management and consultancy services to organizations worldwide. And today we're going to talk about how you can unlock analysis and visualization capability for your enterprise data by integrating a BI tool with your existing ERP system. So we will talk about these three main bullets: why ERP isn't enough to drive data-driven decisions, how we can unlock the value of ERP and BI integration, and how to determine the right BI strategy. Before we proceed to the core sections, let's take a look at BI's market potential. 82% of enterprises are prioritizing analytics and BI as part of their budgets for their new technologies. And also, as you can see, over 2.1 quintillion bytes of data are created every single day. And 37% of organizations have implemented AI in some form. And as you are all trying to achieve being a data-driven organizations, highly data-driven organizations are 3 times more likely to report significant improvements in decision-making compared to those who rely less on data. And the IDC predicts worldwide spending on cognitive and artificial intelligence systems will reach $77.6 billion in 2022. So as you can see, it's very important that we make use of our data in our organizations. Modern analytics and BI platforms are now the mainstream purchases for which there are key differentiators, and there are many reasons to go with a single analytics platform for your reporting. So when these two groups, Forrester and Gartner, have analyzed the different BI platforms across the market, this basically shows that Microsoft is the leader in both Forrester and Gartner Magic Quadrant analysis for both 2020 and also in 2019. Because of the comprehensive product vision, positive sales experience, and intuitive user experience, that has contributed to high customer satisfaction levels with these platforms. It has helped Microsoft position as the Magic Quadrant leader among analytics and business intelligence platforms for 13 consecutive years. And so using these proven architectural frameworks and methods, Microsoft certified consultants in Power BI, Synaptic has helped many of its core customers to gain rich sales insights via interactive map reports. We can also track sales performance by lead size, lead age, and uncover emerging trends. They now have full control over what analytics they want to see, whether on desktop, tablets, or smartphones. Synaptic can help your enterprise unlock the analysis and visualization capability for your enterprise data by designing a BI solution most suited for your organization's ecosystem. And as you can see what Synaptic has achieved in the BI domain over the past 20 years since Synaptic started. We've created over 5,000 reports and dashboards, created many different KPIs for our clients. We've created many different advanced analytics models, including forecasting, data mining, machine learning, and predictive analysis for our clients. We've also used many different tools and technologies, including not just only the Microsoft platform using Power BI, but we've used Tableau, ClickView, Informatica, and many other different tools to be able to help our clients achieve the success that they need in their BI domain. So let's discuss why data-driven decisions are essential. There's so much data in the enterprise today as compared to a decade back. This data is stored in different tools with different teams based in different geographies. When all these data sources are put together, they can be leveraged to improve business decision making. So to make data-driven decisions, organizations need further to analyze this data on measurable goals or KPIs, investigate patterns and facts, and utilize insights from these patterns and facts to develop strategies and activities that benefit the business. In pursuit to be data-driven, many enterprises are developing 3 core capabilities: a data proficiency, analytics agility, and community. So transforming how your company makes these decisions is no easy task. So incorporating data and analytics into decision-making cycles is how you will see the most transformative impact on your organization. Thanks to modern business intelligence, organizations are inching closer to understanding the value of data-driven decision-making across all departments and roles. So some of those advantages are shown here on this slide. Obviously, you can then better understand the past, present, and future, and see the data in real time. You can improve your revenue efficiencies because you now see what's going on, and a better analytics strategy leads to higher growth. So data insights can also help organizations improve functions like marketing and doing a gross margin analysis and inventory costing to maintain optimum liquidity. So let's talk about why you need a data warehouse. The most important ingredient to a BI solution is a data warehouse. Building a data warehouse has become easier over the years due to the improvements in the tools, improvements in the processes, and the technology. Once a data warehouse is in place and populated with data, it will become part of a BI solution that will deliver benefits to a business in many different ways. And one of it is to consolidate your master data management at the enterprise level. The master data is then consolidated from multiple sources and created a hub to create a single version of the truth, otherwise known as the golden record. And the golden record is stored in a central hub and used for reporting and reference. And this goes to show you one example is a customer entity. You have different definitions of a customer possible in your different systems. And with a data warehouse, you can have a single source of truth of that customer because you've defined it one way and consolidated into that master data management. Data mining. Once you've built out a data warehouse, there are data mining tools that help you find hidden patterns using automatic methodologies. While reporting tools can tell you where you've been, data mining tools can tell you where you're going. Then there's also security as another ingredient to your data warehouse. This makes it much easier to provide access to those who have legitimate need to specific data and to exclude others. So only the people that need to see the right data can then see the data. And then there's different analytical tools that allow different business units to slice and dice the data and create reports and dashboards. These tools will all work best when extracting data from a data warehouse. And then you also won't use you also will not use the transactional system to do your reporting, which will then cause potential performance issues. The other reason for a data warehouse is that you can have a dynamic presentation. Business executives want access to interactive display of up-to-date critical management data. That's accomplished via dashboards, which are sophisticated displays that show information in creative and highly graphical forms. So while the benefits of BI and ERP systems integrations are important, the benefits cannot be derived without a sound BI strategy and implementation of that BI strategy. So unlike what most people think, integrating BI and ERP systems is more than just introducing BI as an add-on layer onto enterprise software. So in some businesses, only data from the ERP system is needed, while in other companies, you might need data from the CRM system as well as the ERP application to be able to get the right intelligence. And some of the key questions that you need to determine first is what questions do you need or KPIs do you need to measure before you determine what data sources you need for your data warehouse, which then translates into your reports. So in many environments, your IT environment may have multiple ERP systems or many CRM systems from different vendors across the globe, and all of them need to be integrated for those insights. So the plan, usually with most enterprises, is just to start with to move away from the legacy ERP system and then bring BI into the picture. So nowadays, many ERP systems come with some sort of BI feature already built in. However, the problem with these predefined BI systems is that they are limiting themselves to the data only attached to the ERP system that it collects. Now, this could work for some requirements. However, that might not meet all of your KPIs that you're trying to actually track or the data-driven decisions that you're trying to make. And so you need to look at these at a bigger picture. So some of the other situations that are frequent with this is that data is present in the ERP system that isn't in the desired form of reporting, or data is dispersed across different types of legacy systems, or they're outdated or custom systems. And one of the data sources is a legacy system that's not accessible to the built-in BI capability of the ERP application. So we believe in creating a single source of truth for the data in the form of a data warehouse, and then leveraging this data source for business intelligence. All right, so this is the business intelligence maturity slide, or a depiction of where are you on your BI journey. So most organizations start at stage 1, where it might be independent people working across the organization doing their own thing with Excel spreadsheets and ad hoc reports. Stage 2 might be some sort of automation. Stage 3 is where you can actually get into a data warehouse, and then move to stage 5, where you can implement some of the autonomous analytics, predictive analytics, and more advanced analytics concepts to be able to leverage all of that data to make really highly advanced decision making, and what can we actually learn from the data. So I show this slide just to show that there is a journey that you can take your organization on to gain these insights as you implement different features and functions within your organization. Next slide. Implementing and maintaining a productive and successful business intelligence program can be challenging, but these critical success factors of the BI program involve fostering an analytical culture with data-driven leadership and decision-making. So that's the first key point, is leadership. Managing, funding, and coordinating BI resources at the enterprise level. That is enterprise, so that you don't have small silos doing different things, analyzing data in one little corner. The next factor is to leverage data to glean insights which would be governed for quality and accuracy. So you need your data to be clean and governed. You also need to determine what your targets are. What are your KPIs? What are those data-driven decisions, so that you can drive the correct performance within your organization. Technology. Then it's important to implement the right and adequate technical architecture to support that BI practice, or to support the targets that you're trying to achieve. Then you need to develop and groom analytical talent, such as analysts, data scientists, and subject matter experts. And most importantly, you need to adopt techniques such as predictive, prescriptive, and autonomous analytics to be able to have the right models when you start doing predictive analytics. So these are the critical success factors of any BI program. And then let's talk about the technology components of the BI platform. So business intelligence platforms enable enterprise to build BI applications by providing these capabilities in different categories, such as analysis, which includes online analytical processing, information delivery, such as reports and dashboards, and platform integration, such as BI metadata management in the development environment. So with the data extraction, this is the component of your solution that allows you to handle different types of sources from different types of systems, which includes unstructured data, flat files, Excel, etc. Then there's the data processor, which allows you to extract from various different data sources and then cleanse it and process it and do the data quality check. Then all of the data sits in the data warehouse, which is your central master data management, which contains all the historical data that could be used across the organization for reports and analytics. Then you have an analytical layer, which helps you slice and dice the data to get the right dimension of the data, allows you to utilize security so that people can only see the data that they need, and also only the analytical layer also lets you just have the section of data that you need for your particular report so that you're not going through many layers and trillions of data. Then there's the data visualization, which is your data visualization tool like we talked about, Power BI. There's also Tableau and ClickView and many others to be able to view that data with a self-service and dynamic capability in these modern tools. So with these modern BI tools and cloud services, the data store has become less expensive and large amounts of data can be stored. And this data includes both business data that's traditionally stored in business systems and then the data warehouse device. So then this allows you to work with these large amounts of data and accurately to changes. However, while an ERP tracks your many business resources from cash and raw materials to purchase orders and payroll, it should not be your only source for forecasting data. When you rely solely on an ERP, you may miss important numbers that are crucial for predicting future revenue. So without a BI integrated into the ERP system, teams will have limited insight into the enterprise data, difficulties extracting these detailed reports, lack of real-time visibility and collaboration capabilities, difficulty in tracking key performance indicators against defined goals, and problems deciphering transactional tables. Because you have data in a different set of sources across the organization, as shown by this ERP wheel, you have data in HR, you have sales and marketing, you have financial data, which may not all be in your ERP system. This is why then you have such limitations in gaining these insights. Therefore, companies need to look to stay ahead and turn these data analytic solutions that utilize their ERPs and all their other systems and present the data in a visible and accessible format that has a complete picture across the organization. These are some sample KPI categories that you will be able to use once you build your data warehouse, use your ERP system and other systems to be able to do your reporting. So across the organization, the finance organization may look at their EBITDA or their EBITDA margin, their cost of goods sold, etc., and many other budgeting, revenue, accounts receivable, aging reports, etc. So these are just some of the sample KPIs and KPI categories that you may determine across your organization. So sales, you might look at sales trends by product, lead generation and opportunity scoring, your top 10 customers, your actual revenue versus your budgeted revenue, or your actual sales versus your budgeted, or what you planned or forecasted in sales. In marketing, you might have KPIs or decisions around, what are the reasons your customers are churning, what are some important variables with your product innovation, how can you improve product recommendations to your customers, so then allow you to do some marketing optimization with products that are recommended. In operations, you can look at your inventory optimization, how you do stock to sales ratios, operational efficiencies, procurement efficiencies, how well is your product getting to the right place, how quickly is it getting there, how long is it taking to move that product or have that inventory available, are there any delays, what is your spend insight, how much are you spending per month, per year for your inventory, or what about your suppliers, some KPIs around your suppliers, and any kind of predictive maintenance. Now we're going to look at some success stories that Synoptic has worked with different clients to help them achieve BI with their ERP, with their data warehouse that they've created, and how they've created some reports to help them achieve their goals. So here's a leading doors and windows company that was facing challenges in managing their retail and inventory and finance reports. It was a tedious task to manage and report data from 48 different locations, out of which 46 still used an Access database, which is a local database, and 2 instances of their Dynamics ERP. So traditional tools such as Excel and Access and many manual process failed to capture the variation in the business, resulting in very difficult planning for the company. So then the enterprise sought a single view of its inventory turnover and monthly gross profit analysis report for all their locations. These reports were to help them predict future activities associated with various business segments such as marketing, sales, and operations. So here's an example of the retail inventory turn report, typically known as stock turn, inventory turn, or stock turnover. A report is measurement of the number of times inventory is sold in 1 year. When you compile the average inventory for a year, you get a clearer picture of the financial standing of the business. And then throughout the year, there will be peaks and valleys of inventory due to multiple reasons. It is usually calculated for the year, but could also be done monthly, as you see on this dashboard. This dashboard we created for our client helped them read their inventory turnover, which is a key performance indicator to check the business growth for each location separately in a single view. This dashboard gives an overview of multiple relevant KPIs, which include inventory write-off, cost of goods sold, which is a measure of companies' production cost of goods and services, days of inventory on hand, which is a measure of how quickly a business uses up the average inventory it keeps in stock, year inventory, and then much more. Another dashboard that we created from this for this company from the data warehouse utilizing Power BI is that we created a monthly gross profit analysis report. The gross profit analysis is used to determine the reasons why the gross profit margin changes from period to period so that management can take steps to bring the gross margin in line with expectations. A decline in gross profits can be an indicator of serious problems, so the figure is closely watched. From the dashboard that we created, our client could read total EBITDA, EBITDA percentage, total retail revenue by location, month, and year. And as you know, these reports are dynamic on a dashboard and can be filtered by the user by selecting just a month or a year or a different year, so that you basically have a dynamic report versus a static Excel spreadsheet, and has all the data that you need at your fingertips. The next case study that we worked with was another industrial contractor. This was a seasoned company in the industrial construction turnaround and maintenance arena that needed an optimized and user-friendly business intelligence solution that allowed users to create reports quickly and efficiently for faster decision making. They had extensively large amounts of data in various databases scattered around their existing ETL, extract, transfer, and load processes that needed to be loaded in their data warehouse. They entrusted Synoptic with complete ownership of the BI implementation, from strategy planning to create their tabular data model required for support and maintenance to addressing their growth challenges. So with performance optimization, Synoptic reduced the ETL execution time and significantly saved the time of the users who could now quickly access critical data from several sources, all in one place, and have the data accessible for their reporting. ETL consolidates data from numerous source systems into a common format. This allows users to access all the data from a centralized location easily. As a result of deploying the application, the availability of the enterprise assets eliminates redundancy. Business leadership no longer needed to make decisions based on inconsistent information. The decisions that affect strategy and operations are based on data-driven facts and supported by relevant data. Synoptic has provided support for over a year now through 3 dedicated resources. These Power BI reports were built with SSAS, Tabular Cube, Azure SQL Database, and CRM Online as sources, and then were shared in Power BI apps or Workspace with business users. You can see 2 sample project dashboards here on the screen. This dashboard gives a complete overview of the resources, finance, and various aspects of project management in a single view. With Power BI and SSRS reports, the contractor was also able to gain rich insight into the data through interactive reports and Power Apps form were responsive in nature and used across smartphones and tablet devices. And the data warehouse expansion reduced maintenance costs by collecting and retaining data that was previously too expensive to store from its applications. Synoptic has helped several enterprises navigate their BI journey successfully. So Synoptic's BI consulting services include a detailed roadmap comprised of an actionable strategy, the necessary technology, a solution roadmap, and an applied team. This roadmap will help your organization increase your value over time as it takes advantage of your data. If you have any questions related to this webinar or how Synoptic might be able to help you or integrate your BI on your ERP system for your enterprise, please contact me at dzelton@synoptic.com. Slide. And thank you for attending this webinar.